This is John. I'm the Senior Strategist here at FFR Trading, and today I want to present to you Joe Duffy's Target Zone Options Program. First, the all-important risk disclosure. As you know, trading is risky business. That's why we believe it is best left to a professional like Joe Duffy, who has a proven strategy through all different market conditions. We are also in a highly regulated industry, so everything that I say has to be accurate. Let me first tell you about who we are at FFR Trading and what is our role here. We are a due diligence company. So what we've done over the last 15 years is evaluate traders and their strategies. Because you can go on the internet and you can find thousands of traders making all sorts of claims about profits, but how do you know what is real? So we have a certification process that we use to put traders and their strategies through to determine just that, what is real, separating the strategies that actually work from those that don't. We have traders trading all the different markets. So whether you're interested in Forex or futures or options on stocks and ETFs or commodities, right, we have traders that trade all those different markets. And all of our traders have over 20 years of market experience. Most of them are former institutional side traders who are now retired or semi-retired from the institutional side, but they are still active traders. So let's take a look at that certification process that we put the traders and their strategies through. So step number one, each strategy developer or trader must be referred to us by a trusted third party. It might be a broker or another institution that refers that trader to us. In step number two, we choose to only work with traders and developers who have been licensed or are currently licensed. Step number three, we put them through an application process, an interview process, and in step number four, we get the rules for their strategy. We want to make sure it's something that is real, that is actually working in the current markets. And step five, now it says having at least 10 years of actual trading experience. It's 15 years now. So we're looking for a veteran trader, somebody who's been through all the ups and downs in the market and has been successful in all those different environments. In step number six, we get a back test of the strategy. And in step number seven, we get the traders to provide their brokerage statements going back at least 3 to 5 years. Right now, most traders cannot pass those 7 steps. But those that do, the very few that do, step number 8 is we then put that strategy on a live account and run that strategy to make sure that it is performing as anticipated, the trades are executed properly, right before we release that strategy to our clients. So I think you'll agree that is a pretty thorough process that each trader and their strategy has to go through in order to be considered for our clients. All right, let's talk about Joe Duffy. So Joe resides in Canada. He's been trading for over 30 years. He did compete and ranked in the top 10 in the United States Trading Championships. With real money returns of 121%, 243%, and 432%. Was a proprietary trader for the International Bank of Montreal, one of the top 100 international banks, and was ranked number one by the prestigious Greenwich survey during his career with Bank of Montreal, and is well adept at trading multiple markets, including futures, Forex, and options. Former CTA and exempt hedge fund manager. He's now retired, or semi-retired anyway, from the institutional side, but he still writes for various publications and works on different strategies and so on. Again, a person with those kind of credentials, that's the kind of trader that you want to align yourself with. Let's take a look at the academic guidelines of the Target Zone Options Program. Joe basically has a watch list of the top 64 most liquid stocks and ETFs. He trades an average about 5 times per month. He recommends a minimum account size of $10,000, and he's going to be allocating 10% per trade alert on the overall account size. Joe is primarily trading spreads, but he will trade whatever strategy is called for the current market conditions. So to give you an example, currently he is utilizing a strategy. It's kind of like a covered call strategy, using a long-term call, buying of a long-term call, and then selling short-term calls against that. It's what they call a poor man's covered call or a calendar spread. And you'll see he's having great success with that strategy in the current market environment. But as the market environments change, right, that strategy may change, but he's primarily going to be utilizing a spread strategy. Now let's take a look at the performance numbers of the Target Zone Option Program since inception. So these numbers go back to January of 2017 through July of 2021 here. So basically for almost 5 years worth of data now, and you can see based on a $10,000 account, he's allocating $1,000 per trade. These are non-compounded numbers. That $10,000 has turned into $92,884 during that period. That's a 929% return on capital. It's averaging 205% per year, and a monthly average of about $1,700 a month in profit on a $10,000 account size. He's winning 76% of the trades during that period. All right, but here's the beauty. The average winning trade is $692. The average losing trade just $420. What that does is it gives you a nice, smooth equity curve. Right now, every trader has drawdowns. You can see he has gone through a drawdown back here. But a good trader and a good strategy will come out of drawdown, go on to new equity highs, right? You've got some drawdown here, new equity highs. Some drawdown here, goes on to new equity highs, right? Drawdown, new equity highs, right? Went through a drawdown last quarter of 2020 and has gone on to new equity highs in 2021, right? So very steady, and that is moving in the right direction. You want to see that equity curve moving higher as we move towards the right-hand side of the chart here. Now, let's zero in on the trade-by-trade results for 2020 and 2021. In fact, I want to take a look and so I can show you the type of trades that he's doing in 2021, and you'll see that there are no trade losses as we group these positions together. So let me show you what I mean here. So here is that performance summary that we just looked at here, and you see below are all the trades that make up that performance summary going back to the first trade, which was January of 2017. All right, but let's just focus on what he's done in 2021 here for a second. Let's go down and we'll see here in January 5th of 2021, this Lee Auto, this series of trades on Lee Auto here, starting with trade number 211. Right, this series of trade, you see they're all numbered 211 because they all belong together. So basically what Joe did here, the first part of that trade, he actually purchased a long call, a February 19 expiration call in December, end of December. All right, so then in January, on the 5th of January, he started selling calls against that. So he's selling a January 8th call. All right, now you can see on each of the legs here, if you look to the right here, that initial call he lost $960 on. The call that he sold after that on January 5th lost $18. The next call that he sold on January 8th, that brought in $424. Another call that he sold on January 15th here, right, that lost $36. Another call that he sold on January 22nd, that brought in $374. Right, the next call he sold brought in $314, and the final call that he sold on February 10th, right, just before expiration on the long call, he brought in $248. So if we net all these positions, all the gains and losses on the Lee Auto trades, we end up with a net profit of $346 on that series. And if we go through each of these series, so the next series of trades was on the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF. And you can see he, again, purchased a long call. All right, so we're long. This is trade number 212. That's the March 31st expiration. Right, he ended up losing $238 on the purchase of that call. when he closed that out. But then he began selling calls against that. All right, so he sold one the same day he bought the option. He sold a call against that, brought in $50 there. Sold another call, brought in $331. All right, sold a call on January 15th. That lost $561. And then the final call he sold on January 20th, that brought in $863. So net on the S&P 500 trades here, if we add up the profits and subtract the losses, we end up with a net profit of $445. So you'll see in 2021, and let me kind of give you the breakdown now, and we'll go to the trades, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, now here are those same trades. Right, there's your Li Auto, your SPY, and you can see that each of those trades, this is all the trades for 2021. $445 profit there on the SPY, $346 profit on Li Auto, $103 profit there. The gold ETF, 178, 205, 642, 155. Right, you got on PayPal that brought in $1,200. Right, and then the last trade that we have on this file of September 21st. That was closed out. That's Salesforce for $970. So you can see, you can go through all the trades. Now, they were all grouped. Remember, there was a bunch of trades on Li Auto that netted him the 346. So we're just showing you the closed profits when all was said and done here. And if we go back to 2020, all right, so this is January of 2020 here, and we go through all the trades here. Now, there were some losing trades in 2020, but in fact, you can see here the S&P 500 trade in March of 16th of 2020. Again, that's when the S&P 500 was crashing. He had a $4,700 profit. Right, had another almost $1,500 profit in March on the SPY. Right, there's another SPY trade in May of $2,400 profit. Okay, there were some losses there as well, but you can see the wins were much bigger than the losses. Right? In fact, let's take a look at one of the statements from our clients that was participating and having the broker auto trade these trades for him, and see how Joe did back during the COVID crash. So here you see an actual brokerage statement. This is dated March 1st, 2020 through March 31st of 2020. So remember what was going on during that period. That's when the COVID hit. That's when the S&P started to crash. It ended up crashing about 30% over that 2-month period. But let's take a look at, this is our client here, Country Mountain Coastal LLC. So it's a client that set up an LLC to trade through. The broker is Halifax, America. Now this clears through Interactive Brokers. But on the right here, you can see where it says change in NAV, net asset value. It says starting value. All right, so they started with $39,391 as of March 31st. All right, that was so roughly $40,000. Joe made them $23,415 of profit for the month. They paid $1,500 in commission to the broker, and that left them with $61,256. All right, so they went from 40 to 60 basically in a month. That's a 55%, over 55% gain in 1 month. But we're not done yet. All right, if we scroll down, now this is all the activity for that month, but let's scroll down to April, the next month. Again, the S&P is crashing. All right, we're seeing, people are, obviously very anxious about their investments, seeing them lose 30%. But what is Joe doing? Let's take a look at April 1st of 2020 through April 30th now. All right, that same account, Country Mountain Coastal LLC. Remember, they left off at $61,256. All right, so that's what we're starting April with. Joe added another $20,472 in profit for the month of April here. All right, Country Mountain Coastal paid $1,600 in commission to the broker, and they ended the month with a little over $80,000. So remember, they started with $40,000 in March, and they have added 100% profit now, and they're at $80,000. This is in a terrible market, what most people would consider a terrible market. Market's crashing, and Joe returned 100% for our clients during that period. Now, subscriptions to the Target Zone option program are limited. In fact, all of our traders limit the number of subscribers that they can take on. One of the big reasons is the volume control. So they can only have so many traders taking the same trades before it would show up on the big banks' radar. And they don't want that, obviously, because then the big banks will trade against it. Right? And also the offices can only support so many clients. Right? Their offices is only so much manpower, can only handle so many clients. So these programs do from time to time close for some of these reasons. Now let's talk about everything that comes with the service. It's what we call a learn and earn program. So you don't just get the signals and execute those signals and participate as Joe grows his account, you grow your account, but you also get all the educational material that comes with the program. And so you get an ebook that Joe describes his strategy, so you can learn the strategy for yourself. All right, but let's take a look at all the things that do come with the service. So you do get the trade alerts that are sent directly to your email or your cell phone, and that way you can get that alert. So when Joe takes a trade in his account, you're alerted. You place that same trade in your own brokerage account. You get the daily market and position recap, so you always know where you stand, any trades that were open that day, any trades that were closed, and any trades that you're currently holding that are still open. Get a snapshot of that every evening. You get direct access to Joe for any educated questions regarding the method, regarding a particular trade setup, and all the educational material, again, describing the entry rules, the exit rules, how Joe trades options on stocks and ETFs. In the evenings, he sends out some daily video commentary. It's about 4 or 5 minutes long, but he'll cover what he's seeing in the current market environment, any trades that you're currently in, how they're doing, any new trades that he's potentially looking to get into will all be covered in his daily video commentary. You have access to his daily Skype group. So Joe is in there trading during the day, and you can trade along with him. He does give additional trades, shorter term trades above and beyond the Target Zone service. So you can go in there, ask questions, get support, and trade along with Joe during the day. Also, we provide access to third-party registered brokers. So this is an option if you don't have time to execute these trades yourself, or you don't want to be bothered to execute the trades yourself. You can have broker-assisted trading, and the broker will execute the trades on your behalf. All right, so I hope that's helpful, and look forward to talking with you. If you have questions, you can call us here, 800-883-0524. or support at ffrtrading.com. And we look forward to working with you.